I'd like to commence this video with a request. For those interested in receiving more premium betting tips and predictions, especially if my guidance has contributed to your success in winning bets and generating revenue, I kindly seek your support in revitalizing this channel. Your assistance plays a crucial role in bolstering my presence on YouTube. You're welcome to explore my Patreon support tier or check out my various plans. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you seeking our premium picks. You can find the link in the bio and comment section below. Thank you for considering and supporting me.
Blue Jays vs Tigers. My team pick is Detroit moneyline. It hasn't been easy backing the Tigers this season, but Olsen continues to throw very well, and he doesn't have a win to show for it. I think that changes here. Olsen has been holding opponents to under .175 at and during daytime games, and he's carried that strength throughout May. The Blue Jays have hit the ball weaker on the road, and Olsen's ability to limit the long ball should dampen Toronto's charge. Berrios has been all over the map at times this season, and with the Tigers' offense gaining some steam on paper, I think we see some blossoming here. My total pick is under 8 runs. The Tigers still remain one of the more inconsistent teams in baseball. Toronto has been shaky of late in their own right. Detroit will trot out a pitcher, in Olsen, that has been terrific in afternoon games this season. Berrios has been able to rack up the Ks and hold opponents at bay. His elevated walk rate shouldn't play too much of a factor here, as the Tigers are hovering around the bottom 10 in walks received. With inconsistent batting and 2 clubs sitting bottom 5 in home run rate, expect to see runners stranded. Giants vs Mets. My team pick is Giants to win. San Francisco's Jordan Hicks has been outstanding this season with a 4-1 record, a stellar 2.38 ERA, and 40 strikeouts. His ability to shut down opponents is particularly crucial against a Mets lineup that has been struggling. Hicks' consistency and dominance suggest he can effectively limit the Mets' scoring opportunities, giving the Giants a significant edge in this matchup. The Giants' outfield has been red hot recently, with players like Luis Matos, Heliot Ramos, and Mike Yastrzemski stepping up significantly. Matos earned the NL Player of the Week award after tying or breaking franchise records. Ramos is batting .293 since his recall, and Yastrzemski has returned to form with 4 multi-hit games in his last 5. This offensive momentum can provide the run support needed to secure a win against the Mets. New York has been inconsistent at the plate, struggling to provide sufficient run support for their pitchers. Their recent performances have highlighted their inability to capitalize on scoring opportunities, which plays into the Giants' favor, especially with Hicks pitching. San Francisco has also made smart moves to bolster their roster depth, signing Gerard Encarnacion and claiming Ryan McKenna off waivers. While these players might not immediately impact the big league level, they ensure that the team has reliable backups and options to keep the lineup strong and flexible. My total pick is under 7.5 runs. Taking the under in the upcoming game between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants is a prudent choice for several reasons. Firstly, the Mets have an over-under record of 8-16 at home this season. Additionally, the Giants have an over-under record of 5-8 against the NL East this season, further supporting the likelihood of a low-scoring game. This trend highlights that when the Giants face teams from the NL East, the combined score often falls below expectations. Furthermore, San Francisco will have Jordan Hicks on the mound, who has been exceptional this season with a 4-1 record, a 2.38 ERA, and 40 strikeouts. His ability to shut down opponents, especially a Mets lineup that has been struggling recently, adds significant weight to the argument for the under. Hicks' dominance on the mound should effectively neutralize the Mets' offense, leading to fewer runs scored in the game. The Mets' recent performance also bolsters the case for the under. Their lineup has been inconsistent and often unable to provide sufficient run support, reflected in their disappointing overall record and recent offensive outputs. Rangers vs Twins. My team pick is Rangers moneyline. Texas was swept by Philadelphia earlier this week. The Rangers are a few games under .500, but are still in the mix for the lead in the AL West. Can the defending champs climb back into first place before the All-Star break? Texas ranks 10th in OBP .316, 15th in OPS .702, 11th in home runs 54, and 11th in RBI 218. The Rangers' pitching staff sports a 4.17 ERA 18th and 1.29 WHIP 17th. Lorenzen will toe the slab for the visitors on Saturday. In his last outing, the veteran gave up 2 runs on 3 hits with 6 strikeouts in 6.1 innings versus the Angels. He sports a 33-21 KB ratio this season. Lorenzen held the Twins to 2 runs on 7 hits in a 5-inning start last year. I like Texas odds of winning straight up on the road tomorrow. Lorenzen has pitched well in consecutive outings and will face a Twins lineup that's slashing .217/.382/.382/.678 Vs, right-handed pitching. They have scored 3 or fewer runs in 7 of their last 10 games and averaged 3.7 runs per game at Target Field this season. I believe the Rangers pitcher has the stuff to turn in a quality start, which should take pressure off the bullpen. As efficient as Paddock was in his last outing, he's fade-worthy tomorrow against Texas. He has allowed a homer in 3 straight starts and has given up 8 total in 9 starts. The visitors /.248//325//.398//.398//.724 Vs. Right-handers and score 5.0 runs per game on the road. While neither team has momentum, I prefer the Rangers side tomorrow. My total pick is over. Orioles versus White Sox. My team pick is White Sox moneyline. White Sox starter Fed has been outstanding at home this season with an ERA just over 1.00 and a perfect 4.0 mark in 5 starts. Fed has been excellent overall this season with a 4-1 record, while allowing just 48 hits in 58 innings of work. Fed has consistently kept the White Sox in games that he has started. Krimmer is 3-4 overall this season with an ERA of nearly 4.50. He is averaging about 5 innings per start this season, so that will put added pressure on the Orioles' bullpen. I like the White Sox to pull out the win here at home with Fed keeping them in the game into the late innings. Take the White Sox with the money line. My total pick is under. The White Sox are the worst hitting team in baseball this season, hitting just .216 as a team this season. White Sox starter Fed has been dominant at home with an ERA of just 1.14 this season and an impressive 0.88 whip. The White Sox have gone under the total in 2 of his last 3 starts, and I expect that to continue here. Take the under. Braves versus Pittsburgh Pirate. My team pick is Braves minus 1.5 runs. The Atlanta Braves are having a strong season, but are yet still 6 games behind the division-leading Phillies. Atlanta is not giving up on the NL East. There is too much season left to play, but they are still in good positioning for a wildcard spot. The Braves have a 5-game lead on the next team up in the wildcard chase. They just won 2 of 3 against the Cubs, winning in a 3-0 shutout in the final game of the series. Marcell Ozuna has been the top batter for the Braves this season. He leads the team with 15 home runs, 47 RBIs, and 55 hits, while also having the top batting average at .320. Ozuna has been taking the DH spot and batting 3rd in the order. Ronald Acuna Jr. has been their leadoff man in recent lineups. He is playing right field and has added 3 home runs with 12 RBIs and leads the team in stolen bases with 15. Matt Olson is 2nd on the team in home runs with 7. He plays first base and fills the cleanup spot with 26 RBIs on the year. Michael Harris is their center fielder. He has 5 home runs with 17 RBIs and is batting .250 from the 6th spot in the batting order. Reynaldo Lopez will make his 9th start of the season in this game. He is a 30-year-old right-hander with a 2-1 record, and the team has gone 3-2 overall in his last 5 starts. He has a strong ERA at 1.54 to go with 44 strikeouts against 17 walks with just 2 home runs allowed on the year. In his last start, Lopez pitched 6.1 innings and allowed 2 earned runs in a loss to the Padres. The Pirates have a newfound energy in their locker room as Paul Skeens has delivered on the hype, but he is not pitching in this game, meaning it will be the same old 4th-place Pirates taking on Atlanta. The Braves would be leading the NL Central with their record and will grab a win in this afternoon matchup against Pittsburgh. Lopez is on the mound for Atlanta, and he has a strong ERA through 8 games at 1.54. He has shown strong control, as he has only allowed 2 home runs in over 46 innings. Keller gets the start here for Pittsburgh, and his ERA climbs up to 4.85 in day games. Pittsburgh is only 16th in team ERA up at 4.01, while the Braves are much better, ranking 4th in the majors at 3.26. Laying the 1.5 runs is nothing to worry about, as in all of Atlanta's last 10 wins, they won by at least 2 or more runs. Atlanta beats up on a Pittsburgh team without their young star on the mound. Take the Braves on the run line. My total pick is over.